Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I forgot. I wish this automatically worked so we can get to the intro. So let's get to the intro. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It happens sometimes. Catch a player slipping, and I just got to get back on my feet. Welcome to another edition, to another installment of Hashtag Fade to Black. I am your host, Donnell Montemorris, here with my panelist, my partner in crime, Beast Johnson. How you doing?
Doing good. Salute to one and all.
Yes, sir. We finally gonna get into this this subject that you've been not only just hounding me, but something that you really want to talk about. Had me thinking about it. It's about Black mental health. But before we jump on into that, we got a thing called the opening statements. So, Beast Johnson, you go ahead, my man. Take the lead on that, sir. Once I get everything straight on my end. But here we go.
Good evening, one and all. I hope you're well. Hope you're woke. Hope you're ready. My opening statement, it's not really much of an opening statement. It's just more of a call out to everyone to change your mentality. I'm kind of thinking about this whole COVID and people's health, and the song Lean On Me kind of runs in my head. Ain't nothing wrong with admitting that you need help, especially in a time like this. No matter the level and depths of that help, acknowledge the shit. If somebody offers it or is attuned enough to notice to some degree that assistance is needed, and they're willing to direct you to that location and then along that path, then accept that shit. Too many folk dying out here either over this bullshit, COVID, or other bullshit. Ain't no need to join that fucking number right now. So, lean on me. When you not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. That's all I really want to say. Let's have a good show.
Most definitely, Beast Johnson. My final thought is I've been thinking a lot about the success of this show and also the Wet Network. And it just really got my juices going with the way that we're going. Now, when people start to get popularity with whatever they're doing with their shows or what have you, you start off with no viewers, then you start off then you start to pick up and get 2 viewers, and then you get 3 viewers, and then all of a sudden you get 300, then 300 turn to 1,000, then 1,000 turn to 100,000, 10,000. The list goes on and on. But the one thing that people keep forgetting is where you started from. I'm going to use this point, for example. Like, it's a thing that entrepreneurs say to them, won't say to themselves, but when they always ask, what is the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur? They will always say making that first million. At the time, for some reason, I knew it instantly. I was like, it didn't took me a while to figure out why would they say that. I understood it instantly because I know about being rock bottom, not having nothing. People who you thought were your friends turn out to not be your friend, or those ones that actually had your best interest and had your back. But going back to that point I just made about the entrepreneur making their first million, but then also it goes deeper than that, because making your first million, and let's say after that first million they made 100 million, but then they fall on hard times. They fall on hard times. They're not making as much money that they are. But what not only saves them, but also give them like good well-being and that toughness is that they already know how to make that million back. And then some. They got that foundation of how it is to make it to the top. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of, artists out there. People that's doing things like I'm doing. They forget where they came from. That at one time, you barely could get one person to buy your album, or that one person to even watch your show, or give it a shot, or give it a chance. And I am living proof of that. This is not my first time doing something like this. There were times where I had thousands of people watch the show every night. And my podcast had over 25,000 downloads. But I always remind myself through my ups and downs, I've been there before. I have the utmost respect, and I want to thank the people that stuck with me the long way through my journey. And now I get to really do what I really want. With my confidant, Beast Johnson, who got the same ambitions as I do to be successful, not only to just get our name out there, but to be pretty wealthy and to make a difference in our community and in the world, and not be a part of the game, but to be the game. And to also have a show where people can express their ideas that people never even heard of, or they did, or they heard the person and like, oh, okay, all right, cool. And even if they don't agree, they come back and they tune in for more. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where you're successful in, it could be as simple as starting your own repair shop and you getting clients here and there. Always remember what brought you to the dance. Remember when you couldn't barely get 2 people. The nights where you just go to sleep thinking that, oh my gosh, I could lose my mortgage, could lose my home. Or my relationship could go in the drain. My significant other could give me a divorce. All those things. You remember those times. The times that made you tough. That if anything hits me, you just be like, try staying in a house with barely no damn furniture, with no lights on, no water, no nothing. And then you come to me and you talk about hard times. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and jump into the show. Shall we? I believe we can. Let me go ahead and put our sponsors. And let's get into it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the first sponsor, but I got a special surprise for you for our new sponsor. So let me go ahead and shout out RealCheddarBoyPopcorn.com is the official popcorn and snack of hashtag Fade to Black, the only popcorn shop here in all of Washington. Open 5 new separate stores in 5 different states. Once again, congratulations to Mr. Jones. Go ahead and check out RealCheddarBoyPopcorn.com. Get the best flavors ever. But before you get started, Beast, let me help you out. There you go.
Our secondary sponsor is brought to you by Sky Zone Society, your one-stop hip-hop shop. For all your merchandising, attire, videography, and photography affairs. That's Sky Zone Society. Just look at those fabrics right there. High quality. Fits so nicely on you. That's Sky Zone Society. Check them out.
And that is our secondary sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen. I said I would get them right till I would do it. And I think that's something we're going to start doing also for RealCheddarBoy.com as well.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into Black mental health. Beast, why is this so important to you? Because you've been talking about this for weeks now, and I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about it.
I mean, the from a sociological standpoint, a lot of people have similar traits and issues that can be alleviated in a group fashion. Meaning a lot of us got daddy issues. A lot of them got Sigmund Freud-like Oedipal complexes. A lot of them are somewhat narcissistic with sociopathic undertones due to their manipulative or pathological actions. You hear all these words I'm saying, right? Sound like a nigga that went to school for some psychology, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's the beauty of my particular form of Black mental health. Naturally having a depth knowledge of it because everyone in my family is psychologically fucked up.
Oh shit!
So it's like if you want to survive and succeed, you definitely got to know what your demons are.
This is true. For me, when you was breaking up the show, said that we should talk about it, it actually had me thinking like, you know, there are times where I actually want to sit down with the therapist and just let it out. You know what I mean? Like there are times where I just want to punch the shit out somebody. Sometimes I just want to hit myself upside the head. Like, did I just do that? But I know it's something deeper than that. And I know it's just not an everyday thing, you know?
I mean, mental health in general is something that needs to be addressed, but there's such a raw, ugly stigma amongst the Black community when it comes to the clinical diagnosis. We don't want anybody to know there's a clinical title on anybody that's Black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work in that field, and I work in that field primarily because I have personal experience in that field. You know, I have a sister that's pretty much that has that title. I have a cousin that is a fucking ward of the state. I have seen it from both spectrums, from clinical 24-hour nursing supervision, constant care, to just below, above the functional line, Forrest Gump style. No, I grew up with that to see that and to see how it was handled, how it was viewed, how other people shared the same type of things. It's something that needs to be addressed because it causes a lot of self-hatred and self-medication amongst our society. A lot of reasons that people, you hear about it all the time. He a crackhead, but he a schizophrenic. Or, he a cokehead, but he got Tourette's.
I, for also for me, when you it goes deeper than that too as well because it also shows it also plays a big part of what's going on today in society. Definitely with a lot of police
Mm-hmm.
brutality and all that stuff because I was always the one like, okay, if you get sick and tired of seeing your people, what happened with George Floyd, I think anybody who gets sick and tired of what's going on would have jumped in. Those cops wouldn't have had a chance. But we are so systematically fucked that we're thinking about the consequences more than anything. And that's
The
the one.
only
Yeah.
no,
Go
put it
ahead.
like this: the only time it is sufficiently at that point, it's like you feel like you want to do something, but you end up in the same situation. All you feel like you could really do is try to take that attention off of him to alleviate some pressure, but not truly intervene to risk your life as well. But try to get the attention off of him, get that pressure off of him. Like that's the most you could try to really do at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That constantly you feel like that's all you can really do, short of just saying fuck it and going for it.
Yeah.
And few of us have that true fight mechanic left in our bodies. It's either flight or frozen.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie, I think I suffer from that too as well. Where I mean,
we all do. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of things that people suffer from can be alleviated because there is such a thing as generational curses. To get religious here,
yeah.
But generational curses are basically subconscious or familial characteristics or patterns that happen to showcase themselves within the generation or across generations. And the easiest way to explain it is like for people that have children, one child is supposed to be 50% of the father, 50% of the mother. But that is only in the case when said parents are singular in their own right, they're only children.
Mm-hmm.
When you are a sibling yourself or come from a family of siblings, you understand that not everybody act like the parents. Some of the kids act like the aunts and uncles and grandparents and grandmothers. And certain, so some of these traits are spread out. Like I use my family, for example. My grandfather had 4 sons. His personality, his character was divided between his 4 sons. So you saw how he was within his boys. My father was more quiet, reserved, kind of laid back, but would help you out. But if you crossed him, Lord help you. Like he was the last one that would say something, but he was also the last one you would want to have to say something.
Right. Yeah.
But his younger brother, more of the ladies' man. That's my grandfather's whore-like mentality, if you will. The eldest boys, just like him, and then those characteristics were transferred down to the next generation between myself and my corresponding male cousins.
Mm-hmm.
We all have traits. I have more traits in line with my 2 uncles that I know than I do of my father. And it's because I've even been compared more to my grandfather in the way I carry myself and how I think. So these curses, so to speak, can be traced down your path. It really boils down to how the root of the tree was. And the more you know about the root, the more you can understand the corresponding branches and the corresponding break off branches that follow.
All right, so which lead me to this question: why I'm now I'm looking at it as black men because McCary actually did. I don't think you saw the comment, but he did post up a very important comment. As a black man and a veteran, I know firsthand, and I understand that too as well. As black men, I think out of all men, any men of any species, I think it's the black man that really are the ones that teach.
We suffer the worst from it.
Yeah, we teach our kids never to show emotion. We teach them always to be tough, even like for example, I actually was talking to my supervisor a long time ago. We were talking about his son, how his son was growing up, how his son was trying to stand up and he fell and he's crying. And he said he wanted to go over there and help him, but he's like, I can't do that. He got to learn his own. He got to get up. So he's like, his son's like reaching out for him, crying. He's like, no, son, get up. And his son literally got up. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to use what's going on in society now. Why are we the ones that we got to hold hide our emotions, hide our feelings, or hide that we do have issues, but still trying to keep a tough face?
Well, it's because as black men, most of us, the vast majority of us, have if you want to think in the terms of vocal ranges, we have a second tenor being the highest to a first mid bass. So pretty much from the vocal tone of Donnell and about half an octave higher to my vocal tone half an octave lower. That's the range of most black men's voices. Now you hear how both of we talking now at a calm, monotone level. Add emotion to it, and it starts to increase. Now my level, having to talk about something that I'm truly passionate about, that causes emotion, that causes me to feel some kind of way about it. You see how I'm talking right now, but on camera, it comes off as I'm abrasive or angry, and the tone and just projection of my voice will automatically throw people off and make them think that I'm being aggressive or I'm emotionally angry when really I'm just either emotionally hurt or emotionally lost. But due to my cadence, the depths of my voice, and the fact that I have to project when becoming emotional, now I come off angry. Black men know this. That's one of the reasons why we say, I'm good. It is what it is.
Damn, that's me. Damn, that is me all the time. I recently
No, you good. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
and man. See, ain't even no point. This whole ain't even really no point. Right, I'm good.
That's the biggest thing that I really. I'm gonna be honest. Since we could count this as a therapy session for everybody to watch or for ourselves. That's the one thing I regret about myself is because I'm like this. I know I ain't gonna win. I'm just gonna be like, fuck it. All right, cool. Like I recently just got a as in civilian world written up. And I had some legitimate points. I had some legitimate points for me to say things, but I just knew that it's gonna drag on and it's gonna lead to nothing. But I should have said something, but I didn't. I was more of like what you said, whatever. Even when they be like, "Come on, Morris, what you guys say?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good," because I know because I keep myself. If anybody knows me, McCary, he knows me. I keep myself in a professional manner. When I'm in uniform or when I'm anywhere, I hold myself to a standard of a Southern gentleman. I'm respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. You know, open the doors for the females or open the door when somebody's behind me.
General all that etiquette,
right,
and manners.
Right. And then my professionalism same thing. I help out people I need to help. I do my job when I need to. I give everybody the proper customs and courtesy because the military is big on that.
You be a bare bone fucking human being.
Right. And and then when you got shit like this that happens, it's like y'all use my respect that I have for you. You use that to your advantage, where it leads me to be like, yo, I give y'all this leeway, I give y'all this respect, but then y'all gonna use respect that I give y'all and y'all don't give nothing to me back. Now, all that professionalism, all that respect is pushed out the door. Now the other side comes out where I really just want to cuss your ass out. Y'all being a motherfucking asshole. We could go ahead, we can handle this shit right now. And I know every black person got. I don't care if you're the like Beast Johnson, where you know where your medium is, to the ones that know that they're pushovers. Everybody has a breaking point. And there are times where I'm right there at that breaking point where I just want to just be like, look here, sir. Look here, ma'am. What you're doing makes absolutely no fucking sense. And for some reason, it seems like you got a vendetta how I'm doing shit. Why the fuck are you coming at me like this, inspecting me? I ain't gonna come back at you like this just because you're at higher ranking. Well, Beast Johnson just left, but going to continue what I was saying, to the point where I just really want to let people know how I really feel. And I just be like, am I going to get anything in return? He's back. Okay, it's like, good. Yeah, good. So I was continuing on what I was saying. So basically what I'm saying is, like, I can be professional with you, be respectful with you, but if you using that to advantage, to take advantage of me and I catch that, I could go to that breaking point where I just like, yo, fuck you.
One must follow the path of necessary evil in order to truly live in this world, especially in this day and age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta respect the rank, but you can respect the rank, like, and it's always like, respectfully, sir, if I may be candid.
Mm-hmm. Or permission.
So if given the permission and rank, sir, I would feel as though the strategic values of this plan will go according to the favorite, the bam, bam. Like, hey, I will break it down, like, because from my professional perspective, like working in mental health and dealing with my clients being subordinates, there's that same mentality. Your kindness will be used against you and will be seen as a weakness. So it's a fine line that you must use. And I always coin the term, I'm a paid uncle. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I ain't your guardian. I don't want to be a CEO, but if you continue to be a little fuck up and have behaviors which require me to have to do paperwork and require me to have to keep an extra eye on you, thus being a 12-hour shift CEO in the prison system, then I'm just going to treat you like an inmate and get you accustomed to what you're going to face later down life, because you're going to end up there. I've been where you at, and and the only difference, and I tell all my clients straight up, the only difference between me and y'all is that at my age, I was smart enough to know what to tell them in order not to end up in this fucking house. But yeah, I had just as many cops and pending court cases as you little fuckers. And some of that shit was worse than what you're doing. I got that talk at 15 that, hey, if you fuck up after your 16th birthday, you're officially an adult. That means you're a grown man in my eyes. That means you will be charged and sentenced as a man. That means fuck what your mama got to say. Fuck your pastor and everybody else.
Yeah.
You are mine. Bet. I saw like, bet. I'll get my shit together. Yeah. I'm good.
And I think with all that, our youth get it the worst because
they
yeah,
suffer the worst because it's you're going a lot of stuff, and this is my observation, especially in my industry. A lot of my clients don't even need the fucking medication.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really need to be in their home. They're just hormonally and emotionally scarred and misdirected. And the good point, the real troublemakers, they just need 5 across the aisle one good time. Like they just need that fear of God. Like spare the rod, spoil the child. If you gonna quote the Bible and live by it, live by it. Discipline was there for a purpose. There's a difference between discipline and abuse.
Because you got parents out there that overdo it. Yeah, we must address that in the Black community.
Yes.
Before you continue, I want to say this because it's a good point you made up. Because you got a lot of parents. I am not for. I remember at one time they will record beating their child. I'm not for that. Black people, we better.
That's fucking stupid. Come on,
yeah,
we live in an era where anything you say can be pulled up at court. Why the fuck you gonna purposely film yourself going to the school to whoop a child ass?
Yeah, and
now you mad when CPS come take your kid. Dumb fuck.
I was vocal about it then, and I'm more vocal about it now. When I'm seeing all means like, oh, you know, you should whip your child and all that stuff. Okay, think of the word whip. People gonna take that out of fucking context. It's gonna be like, oh, you abusing a child. Look at the society that we're living in now. Look at how,
and even then,
how it is.
You got to understand. To truly discipline a child. This is the process of Black proper whippings, and it was done from a Black father. This is how my father would whoop me. No matter what I did, there was a conversation beforehand where I acknowledged my wrong, I acknowledged my faults, and I accepted my consequences. And he made sure before he whooped my ass that I understood why I was getting my ass whooped. Whether I accepted it or not was on me. I could think about that while my ass cheeks are healing. But for that moment, this is why I said you fucked up. Do you understand now why you fucked up? So you understand now why I'm about to whoop you, right? Okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Or sometimes it like my folks, like there are times where they don't even have to say, but I knew exactly why they whipped my ass for. Mm-hmm. And then also, and parents, for us, as for the parents, for y'all whipping your child, y'all also got to understand too, y'all can be wrong too. Because there were times when I got my ass whooped and it wasn't even my fault.
Oh, yeah.
And to let y'all in on a little story.
But before you go to the story, finish the story because there's a psychology behind that too.
Yeah. So
there's a reason why some parents do that shit.
Yeah. So when I got up in age, I was like, you know what? When I get up there in age, I got you. I will remember that. So when I was about to deploy, my mama gave me called me up like, son, you about to deploy. I'm so proud of you. And me and my mom, we had like an estranged relationship. And I just let her have it. I was like, oh, now all of a sudden you proud of me? You tried to kick me out the house and all that stuff. And then she was sitting there and she was like, well, I think she did more listening because I was like, I said, Bubba, the best thing that ever happened to me was me leaving the house and going on my own. Those were the best. I said that was the best thing ever that I did in my life. And then, then the tears started to come. I mean, tears come. I said, Mom, I'm trying
to be the best mom I can. Stop that shit, Mom. I love you, but stop that shit.
Yeah, and I had to let her have it. So I even told her, I said, Mama, to the times where I got accused, my sister brother, when we had if we done the same thing, I was the one that got the worst. They would either get a pass, or if they got an ass whipping, I got the worst of it. So no, I said, you're not going to come and just be like a Tyler Perry movie. And I'm sorry, and I know you got a point. Let me go ahead.
Vent. Because like what I said earlier, we not the only ones.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I hope there's a lot of black parents that's watching right now. Let me tell y'all something. I'm so sick and tired of black movies, definitely black religious movies like Tyler Perry, what's that one movie? Remember Kingdom Come with LL Cool J and Anthony Anderson, when they all came back when what was it? When the father died. Whoopi Goldberg was the mom. I forgot. It's Kingdom Come.
Oh, Kingdom Come. Yeah, Kingdom Come. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why that movie is one of the top movies I hate. Is because when the mom one of the aunties gave her son a call, which was played by the dude that played off for Family Matters, the son.
Yeah,
Eddie. And she was singing on the phone. And then he said something wrong, and she took the damn spoon, and she is like acting like she's whipping him on the spoon. He's like, "Come on, mama." She said, "You coming to this funeral?" That's not me. I'm sorry. If I came from a household like that, I probably would never ever talk to my mama again, or even let her see my kids ever again. I would be like, I would never. Only time I would have.
It's definitely a period of exile. I won't say it's never, but there's definitely a period of like, you know what? Y'all can wonder if I'm alive or not for a couple of years.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
And see, when you stick with whipping your kids because there are times, like I said, there are times where your kids didn't do the action. They didn't do it. But you still whip their ass anyway to teach them a lesson that they should not learn. You know?
Okay.
And so when you do that, go ahead.
As I said, like when we talk about parenting, you have to be clear, concise.
Yeah.
I have an inner ear problem where I have double talk. You know why I hear double talk? Because both my fucking parents used to ask me to do shit at the same goddamn time and expect me to split by meiosis and clone myself and do both things. So as now I have to make everyone repeat themselves because shit don't hit my ear right. And I swear I will be in a conversation. Like me and him could just be dead silence. What'd you say? My head, swear to God, this motherfucker just called me. Because my parents used to do that shit to me. So now my brain is wired that way. Mm-hmm. So parents, like, come on, don't discipline your children.
Yes.
If you're gonna whoop them, let them know why they're getting a whooping. Don't whoop them for every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Because that means when you need them in life, they will refuse, not won't be there. They will refuse to be there.
And then you're not mommy no more. Guess what? The mother part is just what it is, a job title. Don't sit there and say because I'm your mother.
It's a label.
No.
It's a label.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all it is.
Don't turn it into a label. I think that's a good point that you made up, Bijan. Not even the point. That's the truth. Because you just can't, if you have to say because I'm your mother and they are our age, that's right there shows that you're not the mother. You're just
if you got to use that to validate a point, if you got to honestly use that to validate a point, then you're not a mother.
Yeah, it's just a label. And that goes to the fathers.
Forced guardian. You're a forced guardian that's getting tax benefits.
Yep. And this goes for the fathers too. And the fathers are even 10 times worse too. Because bad enough, we getting scrutinized even before we have a kid that you're not going to be there in the kid's life. You got a lot of black fathers out there that's out there.
We're automatically, as a black man in general, like I have no children. I've had my runs, I've had my calls. And I've had the question that come to me. It was like, well, if you would have a kid, would it have your name? Yeah. Well, what if I don't understand this? I personally do not give a fuck how she feels about the name of the child. Child will have my last name because I will be there.
Right.
Fuck how she feel about me. I don't give a fuck if we together. I don't give a fuck if she likes me. Bitch, that's my kid. I'm gonna be there. So you can either get in line with this shit, and we can maybe end up together. But for right now, I guess we gonna co-parent. But if the kid is here, I'm gonna be there. It's gonna have my name. And the question, I don't give a damn what your mama say. I don't give a damn what anybody in the rest of your family say. If they got a problem with it, tell them they can pay for the DNA test.
So I'll be able to talk to one thing we need to do, and I hope people watch this and hear what I'm saying. We need to separate the good fathers from the men that shouldn't even not men, boys that should not be fathers. So let's talk about
more important, we need to keep the base. We need to separate the actual parents from the shit show parents.
Okay.
Because you got a lot of mamas out there that's getting that mama love. They weren't fucking mamas.
You're right about that. You are so right about that.
You got mamas that you got mamas that make you got mamas that make deadbeat daddies look like fucking angels. I know some niggas that ain't shit as fathers. But I also know some mamas that make these motherfuckers look like dad of the year candidates. And they got their kids. I'll give you an example. I knew of a female, and me and my homeboy went to her house. We went over there to smoke, and the kid was there. And I got this thing. I don't smoke around kids.
Yeah, like me, I don't drink around kids neither. I got that.
Like I don't be grown, especially young kids, toddlers, and like I don't be grown around them. Like if we can move them to another area, or we can move to another area, or I can just come back later when the kids sleep. Like I ain't got to smoke now. Now there's a baby on the floor in the room. She's like, "Oh, just leave it there." It's like, no. What the daddy in the kitchen will give the baby to the daddy, and then I'll finish doing what I'm doing. We'll just leave the baby on the floor. Okay, first and foremost, bitch, you ain't even fucking sweep the floor. I'm not about to leave no fucking baby on no dirty ass floor. Get your shit together. She was more concerned with smoking a blunt than she was making sure her child was in a safe environment.
You give me flashbacks, man. You give me flashbacks. I was actually babysitting by a couple like that. Oh my god! It was like.
Oh no, we ain't gonna talk about the babysitting ones. I had Bebe's kids. I literally had Bebe's kids when I was 10 years old. A neighbor hooked up with my mama because my daddy had just died. They was trying to, get a mind off of it. I don't know what the fuck went down. All I know is I had to take care of this bitch's kids for the next 2 days. 2 days straight. Y'all hoes ain't called, come back. I knew my mama ain't like what went down. I could just see in her face, so I wasn't really mad at her. Second I saw her, I could tell she was happy to be home. She was like, I'm glad to get away from this motherfucker. So I was like, all right. Apparently some shit went down you weren't cool with, so.
That's
crazy.
I'm
gonna focus on you, bitch. Where the fuck you been at? Come get your goddamn kids. I ain't grown. I'm a kid my goddamn self, and you don't got me over here taking
watching
care
your kids.
Of a whole. No, watching my sister as well as 3 other motherfuckers.
That's
hell no.
I don't blame you.
Like we say, this is stuff in the black community, forcing children to grow up early, especially boys. We're taught to be men from the time we can walk, talk, and piss by ourselves.
Yeah. As society,
the second you could,
yeah.
as a man, second you could say, "Mama, PP, all right, time to be a man. Go on, bye, walk. Go ahead. I'll hold your hand, and then you gonna walk in there and do it yourself." And then over time is, "Mama, PP, bathroom right there."
Mm-hmm.
And after that is, "Mama, PP, why you tell me?"
Yeah, it's tough, definitely, for a single mother to raise a boy into a man. It's super
No,
tough for them.
It's tough for her. It's tough for him, but it's, how can I say it without being vulgar?
Oh boy, without being vulgar. Whew.
It is beyond the fathom of indifferent knowledge of a person when that son looks like the daddy. No, yeah. I don't care if the daddy's alive, y'all was married and he died. Shit get different if that boy looked just like that man. And then when he started to carry more of that man's traits, a lot of issues mothers had with their sons came from unresolved issues that they had with the fathers. And they chose not to just acknowledge and accept that and accept all the possibilities within themselves beforehand. Now we talking about mental health here. I had to do a lot of self analysis. So number one, I come from number one, my father, psychological. So understands the layers and depths. I have an observant mind. I'm introverted, so I fall back and I look at everything and everyone. My mother's side, analytical, over analytical. Break down every fucking word and every fucking nuance and every fucking gesture in the person to reveal really what the fuck's going on. Combine them two from a tragic, traumatic upbringing, and yeah, you got somebody with a very interesting outlook on the world. So we talk about self analysis. Take a shot for this because this is therapy, and I'm being honest.
And then also you got the fathers with the daughters too. I believe that the fathers cannot raise a girl to be a woman. So that's another beast into it as well. Because now you're like,
no matter what you are, no matter how you are, and that means your sexual proclivity and orientation, you cannot solely individually raise an opposite without any kind of similar energy on that child's part. If you, like you said, if you got a daughter and you a man, all you can do, that's why that's why people really say that a family is a man and a woman. It's the energy and the role characteristics and dynamics that is really a part, not the genetic makeup of it. Because you have the stability and male attitude and functioning that comes with that male dynamic, along with that feminine caring, understanding, empathy. Mm-hmm. Men are logic and ration. Women are empathetic and, I won't say emotional, but receptive.
And see, wise. This is why
they have a deeper level of intelligence to them.
See, and this is why we wish we had Teach on the show, because she will talk from a woman's perspective.
Oh, definitely. Look, we definitely will have, when Teach gets back, we will definitely have, maybe we'll be the second or third show for her. We'll let her get back and get accustomed. But I definitely want to hear like her point, especially from an educated standpoint.
Right.
But like, when you talk about like that you have to understand certain things. Like I said, I always use myself as an example because I'm being honest. I can't lie. So I love my mother to death, and I took care of her to her last dying day. But not once did my mother tell me she loved me, not to my face, not within earshot of me. So the indifference that was bred within me was that question of, does she really love me? There you go. They do.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a deeper level. Your heart has a more wiser perception of things.
You know, it's one thing that's keep. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like before she died, I knew growing up, and as I got to a man, there may come a day where my mother may die. She never tells me she loves me, and that would fucking suck. But that is a possible, plausible inevitability. So the day will come where she goes see Jesus. And most likely she'll see, and hopefully, not to sound morbid, she'll see him before I will. I mean, children are supposed to bury their parents, not the other way around.
Yeah, that's true.
So, when that day does happen, I need to be psychologically right in the head and emotionally strong in my heart to know that no matter what is said to me, when it's all said and done, she knows how I feel. I know how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
And we can move on from that.
Yeah.
I let it be known exactly how I feel when I came back, and hey, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for my sister. But primarily, solely, I'm here for my nephew. I'm here to make sure he's straight. So I'm taking care of him. I'll make sure he's good. Whatever I will only help you on your bills. I'm not going to give you any money to your hand. I will not. I'll supply my own groceries and help him with groceries I can. But whatever he needs, I'll take care of before you do. Whatever help you need on there, show me the bill, and I throw on what I can on it.
And that's fair. I mean, that's fair. But with all of what I'm hearing, I think the biggest elephant in the room when we talk about the mental health issues that we have is fear.
Mm-hmm.
Fear
it's the
is
fear
the
of
big
being shown weak.
right.
Well, for black men, it's the fear of.
I think we're too worried about being
narrow.
alpha. Yeah, I think it's a problem of being that alpha or being part of the alpha.
Now with that whole toxic masculinity shit and people not really understanding what it is to be an alpha. Alpha is the first OG, the first real man, the first rugged man. Like when you think of these titles, you think of men that have a strong and unflinching moral and ethical convictions. They stand by whatever they stand by, and they will fight you to the death about it. It's just as quick as they will aggressively defend or extinguish a situation, they will lend a helping hand, and they will show that more softer side, so to speak, that more human side, without having to actually say it. But being there and acknowledging when shit is wrong, and you stand up and you acknowledge that shit and you do what you can to stop it. That's what an alpha is. We gotta understand these words again. Like if you're gonna use the title, understand what the fuck it is.
Right. Because when I hear alpha, it just makes me sick to my damn stomach. Because the reason why I say that is I don't want to be the toughest one in the freaking group. I'm like, look, the reason why I'm here, I got something to bring something to the table. I'm not just somebody just sitting here and just wait for somebody to, wait for a group of people to do something, and I'm just here just to reap the awards. No. I'm here to say, this is what I got. What do you have? And contribute. But I think the biggest issue for us black men, we always gotta be the tough one. We always gotta be the bad one.
Well, see, no, because that goes back to what I said earlier about understanding the title.
Yeah, and that's
an acknowledged. But that's just because that's true though. You're speaking, and everything we're saying from the mouths of the general.
Right.
Because I can attest just for myself, because I've had multiple conversations with my friends and fellow males over the years, drunken, sober, high, completely shit-faced. But we've had these existential these talks about our health and the reasons why really we kind of fucked up in the head right now. We sit here all high as hell drunk. Like, we really got this. It ain't because we want to do it, really. Like, we got some shit we hide. Like, just full disclosure, no judgment. Nobody in here was touched. If you were touched, you can walk out, no judgment. Nobody will say shit. And this day never happened.
Right.
Other than that, why you fucked up in the head?
Right. I mean, it's just so it's, I don't want to say little, but conversations where we have to be real about ourselves. To me, like I said, when I hear alpha, it makes me sick to my stomach. I don't need to be the toughest or the smartest person in the room. Like I said, I just want to contribute, but I want you to respect me for where I'm coming from. Like,
that's the true alpha.
Yeah.
What you're saying right there, that is a true alpha. What people with the perceptive knowledge and view of an alpha is a beta trying to be an alpha.
Yeah, and I don't need to come out and say it. I'm like, if I'm here, it's like this. If we're having the party and everybody's giving stuff, I'm gonna be like, hey, Beast, I'm bringing some mac and cheese and some Coca-Cola, and I'm bringing the hen dog too. Okay, just don't tell nobody. And I'm right there. Everybody's expecting me to bring the macaroni and cheese, bring in the freaking Coca-Cola, and you already know me and you. I got the hen dog for you.
But,
and that's what y'all
gonna be. Better hide that shit, nigga.
Right. And so I'm gonna live up. To me, a beta, not beta, but an alpha male. They say what they're gonna do, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna contribute, and then also admit when they're wrong. So using that same example, let's just say I went to the store and they out your favorite Hennessy. Hennessy's out. So I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and get the E&J. I know he's gonna like E&J. So if I keep it real, with you, like, yeah, I'd be like, I said, well, they ain't had the hen dog, but I know you here on this E&J now. But here you go.
Go on, get us.
Right.
Go on, bring that Earl over here. Right. With Earl.
Right. And so you have to also, I think also we gotta think of being wrong. We don't admit when we're wrong. Like, I was wrong about my freaking Cowboys this year. That's why I didn't go as enthusiastic with this season. But it's not even being real with yourself. It's like, if I say, B. Johnson, this quarter, we're going to make $2.2 billion. And the even split with all the subscribers and all that stuff. And we didn't make it to 2.2 billion. We got, let's say, $1 billion.
You know, my question is,
what's that?
Do we have enough to cover everybody aside from ourselves?
And
yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yeah. No. Okay. How do we do that?
Right. And
that's how that comes from being honest.
Right. It is. Yeah. And like I said, it's more than just being real. It's just being honest, not only with your people that you are working with or people that you know is you being real and honest with yourself. Like, man, I'm not always going to get it right, but I just don't want to sit in the room when I'm sitting there saying like we're gonna make 2.2 billion and we drop down to a billion and everybody's sitting there talking about it and I'm not saying nothing about it because it was my fault. That it was me who was saying that we're gonna make 2.2, but we end up making a billion, and I'm not explaining myself. To me, that shows a man, not only just a man, but a person's character and who they are. Because let's say the shit hits the fan.
So it's faulty character.
Yeah, and so
like, no matter what it is, this what happened. This is what I can tell you at this point.
Right. And if it all comes down to it, like let's say we really need this 2.2 billion next quarter, but you're not saying anything about it this quarter when you said that we're going to make this much and we only just get not even half. Like, what do you have to say for yourself? Like, what do, because if we was in, basically, if we were in war, you that one soldier while everybody's over there shooting, you're hesitating like, what should I do? I don't feel like shooting right now, but they got it. I'm just going to sit over here. You're going to look at me. You're going to be like, yo, motherfucker, if you don't shoot somebody, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to make you shoot. I will make you dance over there while they shooting at you. While they shooting at me.
I would probably pull him close. Well, army, wartime, my crazy head, you not going to fight? All right, only because this is America. Only because this is America. I'll probably pull him close. Use that knife, just let him know I'm fucking serious. You can either get your ass out there and shoot, or I can make sure you get shot. Because if I shoot you, they're going to know you were shot by an American, and I don't feel like having to go through that fucking hassle. So get out here and earn your keep, or I swear to God, you won't make it to go to sleep. Got to rhyme and put that thread in there.
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you this.
But no,
you know how.
But like for real, when you talk about like aggression, as far as that, as an alpha, is a true alpha is perceived, it's understood, and you shouldn't have to exert it. I'll give an example of it. I was doing a show in Raleigh, and we just got done what I said. There was an R&B artist up before us. His manager, who was actually his girlfriend, who was running around getting people for the mailing lists on the emails and everything, just doing her little network thing for him. So I peeped that first before we even did our set. So we leave and we go down to the parking deck, and I see him talking reckless to her, like he trying to be on some Ike Turner shit. And we all seen it. I was like, this nigga really think. And they saw I felt some kind of way about it. So they were like, yo, I bet you won't go over there and say nothing. And before they knew what happened, I was walking, and my man's Fats, he was walking next to me. So I'm like, all right, this could really go left if this nigga talks stupid, because I'm the calm one. And I've always kind of prided myself on being, out of all the people in my group of friends, I've always been the calm one, which makes me like the worst one. Because I'm my friends would be like, I'm that friend, I'm that dude, you'd be like, I'm not gonna fight you, I'm gonna shoot you. Why you gonna shoot? Like, if you ever get mad at me, don't hit me. I don't want you to hit me. And if you hit me, I'm gonna have to shoot you. I refuse to fight you. Why? Because you crazy and you don't know your own fucking strength. So I'm the calm one, because if I get mad, shit really goes left field.
Oh shit! You mean
so we address the situation. Yeah, he's up there talking reckless. So me and him walk up, and he sees me, and he tried to like calm it down, but she's trying to explain himself and calm. I'm like, all right. So we stand there. I light up a cigarette. Well, actually, I probably was a blunt. I don't know at this point. Might have been a blunt. As I'm doing right now. I began having a meta conversation with him. talking to the individual while talking to my homeboy Fats. I was like, hey, Fats, you know you wrong for that shit, right? And Fats like, what the fuck you talking about, nigga? Oh, girl, bro. You know you ain't got no business treating no girl like that.
Ooh.
Nigga, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nigga, you know old girl talking about old girl you was fucking with earlier. Little light-skinned Jan. He's like, oh, word. Like, yeah. Why you fucking say that? Bruh, she loyal. She a hustler. She down for the fucking team, my nigga. Nigga, she about that paper, my nigga. Like, you gotta, there's some good ones, my nigga. And she cute. She cute on the eyes. Got some weight on her. No nigga like me personally. That's around my preference.
Shoot.
Look, for the hustle alone, I want to I'm trying to keep her in there. Like, I'm trying to bring her into the fold, my nigga, just for the hustle. Like, I could use that type of energy just for my music, my nigga. Well, she cute as fuck too, my nigga. So what you doing? Like, you fucking up. And dude, the whole time I'm having this conversation, dude keep looking at me and he peeped. Yes, nigga, I'm talking about you. And I look over and I give him the acknowledge. Yes, nigga, I'm talking to you. Mm-hmm. Without having to fucking look you in your face or actually acknowledge you or embarrass you in front of your woman, I will check your stupid ass and let you know we see what the fuck going on. You might want to change your ways because the next nigga will not be as eloquent nor as civil as I will when he addresses you about it.
That's crazy, man. Now, all things you could be arguing with your girl, I could have been like, damn, baby, you could have got some more email addresses. Not even yelled at her. Probably be joking around with her like, damn, baby, you could have got some more.
He was on some, that boy was on some silly shit. Like, he thought he was already established. Like, you're not doing your job. And like, I don't even know why I got you here. I'm like,
and see,
I just had a conversation with this girl and she was quite lovely. Had a wonderful upbeat personality, actually made me want to consider listening to your shit till I saw this shit right here.
Yeah. And see, it goes back to what I said for my opening statements. You gotta remember how it was when nobody won't listen to your ass or giving you that shine or giving you a freaking recommendation like, hey, y'all should listen to him.
Mm-hmm. No, let's keep it real. How many, there's 500 million people on this world.
Preach.
Excuse me. I'm just spitballing numbers out the top of my head, but there's an substantial, put like this, there's enough people to where even if everyone were to live an extra 100 years on top of their actual death year, you still wouldn't be able to meet everyone in this world. That's a lot of motherfuckers. So the fact that someone acknowledges your existence in a positive light, fucking be happy.
Damn right. Or that one person, I'm not gonna mention his name, Carrie, watches your show every day. That one person makes the difference. Last thing we're gonna do is be like, but Carrie, why you keep tuning in, dog? Why you doing do? And then he's gone, and now you just basically broadcast to yourself with 0 viewers. It's just those people.
It's like when they said the hangman, piss off everybody, and now you left alone.
Mm-hmm. And then you be calling those same boys that had your back, those people that have been with you for day one, that you spit and shitted on when you hit the big time. Now you right back at the bottom, and now they all long gone. Like, yo, what's up, Beast Man? You remember when we did that show, man? You could be like, yeah, I remember when we did that show.
I'm gonna hit your ass like Big Boy on Chappelle Show. Who this? I'm sorry, nigga. New phone. Who this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good, man. Hey, man, I gotta call you back, man. I'm on this Virgin Mobile spaceship, nigga. Yeah, man. Yeah. We on a trip to the moon, nigga. The moon is Saturn. Don't call this fucking phone no more, nigga. I'm throwing it away. Bye.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I do like people, artists, podcasters, vloggers that actually go back home and still remember the people that stuck with them. Some of them give money back to them just to keep them comfortable. And I'm not talking about now. I understand like some people got cut off, but the people that stuck with you and you just help them out, and they be like, "Man, you know me, man. You don't need to give me the money." No, dude, I want to give you the money because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be who I am today right now.
Nah. Even the folk you got to cut off. There's proper ways. They might not be the best for you, but they're the best to help those individuals. You know, I always say arm's length. No matter how I feel about you, no matter what it is, if you need help and you here, then I'll lend a hand. It might be a Mr. Fantastic hand, but it'll be a hand nonetheless.
Yeah.
Now, whether there's a fucking body right there when you grab that hand,
who knows?
That depends on when your ass finally get up to grab that hand.
Right.
But the hand will always be there, outward and extended.
And guess what? You just hit another elephant in the room. Accepting help. Help. There is nothing
I'm gonna go back
wrong
when you talked about therapy. I had to do therapy. Court ordered, but I had to do it. And it was actually beneficial. Just being able to be in an environment where I could be with a unjudgmental, unbiased individual. And almost a therapist is like a lawyer and a priest in the sense of confidentiality as well as the empathetic level of understanding. You could tell them some dark shit. But as long as you are not showing any signs of acting upon those thoughts and those whims, or those whims starting to manifest themselves subconsciously within your life, then they're just okay. Now, where do you think these thoughts might come from? That's how they're gonna approach it. Mm-hmm. I take that approach when I deal with people in my life, and it's funny. Like everybody fucks with me because I'm so honest, and I joke around. It's like because honestly, I don't really give a fuck about anybody or anything. But the truth of it is, I'm just very honest and understanding. So no matter what you've gone through, I can understand it to some degree and be able to give you some kind of insight on it. And I've gone through my own bit of hell and heartache and darkness and shit I got to take to my grave and can't tell nobody and pray to God or the devil didn't see it. We all got that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So because I understand that, I accept it and I acknowledge it, I'm able to be that therapist for others. I know a lot of shit about people, and they know, regardless of how they feel about me, I'd never tell.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if we fell out. I don't give a fuck if they hate my guts. They know I never tell anybody.
Yeah, same with me. I think it comes with my sign as a Virgo. There's a lot of secrets that I still got to this day that some I've even forgot about. But if I meet the person, it instantly come up like, oh. But for me,
that's why I stopped fucking with you.
Right. Right. And so, and I believe we as like I said, as Black folks, mainly as Black men, because I can't fully talk on the Black woman side. I'm gonna leave that for Teach when she come back on the show. For me, as a black man in general, we just don't like getting help. And then when we are forced to get help, one or two things going to happen. One, we get that epiphany of, damn, why the hell I ain't do this in the first place? And then number two, we get so like insecure for ourselves, saying like, damn, man, and then it's even more demoralizing when it's a female that's jumping in and they getting the job done and they helping you out. You're like, damn, she got it. I couldn't get it. I'm supposed to be the man. I'm here to tell y'all, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, I think it's pretty sexy having a female come up and baby. If you watch the show, I love you. I'm just saying. It's pretty. It's pretty sexy when a woman she comes on up in there and give you a hand, and it's just like, damn.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. God, like I said, I used to work for UPS. And any brother that worked at UPS, any man that worked at UPS, man, this is a man conversation. We're speaking in a frequency that only men can truly hear, no matter how honest I'm being. So hopefully, all the female viewers, we love y'all, but y'all can kind of tune your ear out right now. But men, let's keep it a band with each other right here. All UPS males. There are females at our job, at that job, who outside that job, you really wouldn't pay them no mind. Well, because you done caught them in that light, and now, like you said, it's just something about like a little somewhat petite chick, a chick that look like she ain't got no business in there, would never be in that type of building. And she's like, hold on, let me grab this box for you. And it's like 60, 65 pounds. And she's like, oh, like you start feeling feminine yourself, like, like I think my nipples just got hard. Hold on, man. Hold on, like, you start like, hey, what size you work on again? Yeah. What's your name? Yeah, I appreciate that. Megan, I appreciate that, Megan. Beast. Yeah. That's what they call me, baby. Beast. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you. You start thinking, I'm gonna have to catch her outside the job.
Right.
So, ladies, I'm just saying, put yourself in those quote unquote manly situations. It will definitely open up your dating pool.
Also on the soldier side too, in the military, you just be looking like, damn, she handled.
Hey, look at it. It's a couple female cops I've been seeing out there, and I'm like, why you gotta be see, I can't date you. They be like, why? Well, A, I got somebody, and B, even if I was single, I can't date them because they a cop, but they look fucking good. I'm gonna corrupt the fuck out that bitch. I'm gonna have her bring in all the confiscated dope back to the house. They ain't gonna have no weed in the precinct. Like she gonna fuck around and go to work one day and forget. Oh shit! I left my work cuffs at the house. So cops, that's a no-go for me.
That's being honest. And we are at the last part of the show. As of late, it's been the Morrison B Show, Alamonte and B Show. Hopefully, this is something we should continue talking about. We
should just have and we were speaking earlier about doing the call in. So to all the viewers, tell your friends and your family, tell those that need it that we will be trying to set up a little call in special where it's just, hey, we're going to talk about Black stigmas, Black mental health, Black stigmas, and Black causes of mental health amongst our. You know, like you said, like disciplines and whoopings. Like everybody has gotten beat with 4 out of 5 of the black whooping utensils.
Yeah.
And as I made that statement, at least 3 of them scroll through your head.
Mm-hmm.
Or you got a picture with all of them laid out on a tray, like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do again? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. See, that was my father. He had different thickness of a belt. So it's like, depending on what you did, you got the thin one, which was like, all right, you just kind of fucked up, but you fucked up doing some shit that if you keep fucking up, it's gonna be an issue later on in life. So I'm gonna nip it in the bud now. So it's like, all right, it's gonna be quick. That's why it's thin. I nip this shit in the bud now. But when you really did some shit, it's like they're like it go against your character or the character they trying to instill in you. Like, little nigga, you did what? I'll be back.
That's right, dog. That's right. Dog said it right.
You see, he feeling like coming. Because that big spam cut belt gonna get pulled out.
See, that dog like, yeah. Speaking of that,
that's gonna be you. That's gonna be you when he whoop your ass. Whoa! No!
Speaking of that,
and we laugh now, but we cried like bitches when we was children.
Oh hell yeah! I know I was.
We were scarred through our children years.
Mm-hmm. But just like Jackson 5,
we still want to fight our parents. Mm-hmm. Everybody still kind of like, if given the opportunity, like if we knew we could get away with it and wouldn't hear no flack from nobody about it, as an adult, everybody felt like I deserve like one good 10-minute brawl with my parents. Like if it's the opposite, like my mama to my, like me to my mama, I need like 5 minutes of, seven good minutes where, excuse my language, bitch, I just let you know about your motherfucking self.
Mm-hmm. You should give me that.
And then 10 minutes of just when my daddy like, nigga, I'm tired of your shit, square.
Mm-hmm. I think we all had that thought. I know I did plenty of times. But speaking of points, let's go ahead and hit the our final points. Beast, what 5 points you want to hit on before we head on out?
Be honest, because as you can tell from this conversation, as we've said before, and as I stated before, we all have a unilateral connection with each other. A lot of our upbringings and situations are similar. We've gone through a lot of the same things, just to different severities and levels. Mm-hmm. So when we're honest about it, understand that somebody possibly went through it worse than you. Somebody always is going to be the worst one. And even that motherfucker there, somebody's worse than him. You just ain't met him yet.
Ain't it? Ain't that the damn
So
truth.
Always understand that. Somebody always has a shittier life. And the shittiest person with the shittiest life is the one that's moments before death.
Ain't that true? For me, my 5 points
is the shittiest life.
And my 5 points. Oh hell no!
Go ahead.
So my 5 points. The call-in show is gonna be on Friday. I will work out the kinks.
Okay, cool.
We probably might do Skype. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna work. So I'm gonna work it out tomorrow. But we will have a call-in show. It's basically free for all Friday. So any topic is up for grabs. So. But I really want to touch on this point because you, Beast, you really wanted to talk about it. And guess what? We're talking about it. And I think it's about time for us as Black men. I wish Teach was up on here so Black women can open up. But Black men, we need to open up before we can do anything.
Because I was primarily raised by my mother due to my father dying when I was 10. I can speak on a lot of the psychological bullshit that your mom will put you through. So, ladies, feel free to call in. I'm right there. I'm right there with you, girl. Yes, I'm with you. Come, call in. You are not alone. This is not just for black men. This is for all black folk.
Yes, because we need it. Like white
The
folks
only
ain't
way
doing
we
it
can
every day.
heal is by accepting that we need help. And the easiest help comes from just talking and joking about it as best you can. We can joke about whoopings now because we know we weren't the only ones. So we can kind of compare notes like you can make a drinking game out of it. I got beat, flip a card, extension cord, TV. I got beat by extension cord for not turning the TV off last night. See how many niggas take a drink for it. I guarantee you at least 3 niggas will take a drink every subject you pop up. No matter how random it is. That's how random and evil that stigma is amongst the black community.
Yeah, and
so when we open up on shit like that, we can really heal and gain a little closure within ourselves.
Yeah, and get an understanding and improve upon that. With that being said, time for us to head on out, but let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors once again. Once again, don't forget to check out Real Cheddar Boy Popcorn.com. Get your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Real Cheddar Boy Popcorn.com. Peace.
Now, after you eat that popcorn, most likely you're going to eat the one with the wet wipes. So you can go ahead and clean your hands off.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and walk around and show everybody how fly you look in your Sky Zone Society merchandise. Whether it be a hat, t-shirt. It's getting cold, so go ahead and get that hoodie and that damn starter jacket going. That's Sky Zone Society, the official merchandise and clothing line of the Web Network.
And let's go ahead and share that beautiful footage as well, as you can see here.
And as you can see, we get you masked up, baby.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget to check out the website. It's right there at the bottom. But next, we ourselves have to head on now. As for Beast Johnson and myself, Donnell Lamonte Morris, your host, thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of Hashtag Fade to Black. We are outro. And remember, we control the narrative. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.